San Francisco sues schools, citing high number of suicidal students. Egyptian 12-year-old teaches neighbors during pandemic school closure. Chicago begins return to classrooms after bitter union fight. 11-year-old Florida boy arrested for threatening to shoot teacher. Police say 22-year-old student in Wales suffered a life-threatening stroke likely caused by her birth control pill, though doctors initially told her she was just hungover. According to her, Nia Phillips, a psychology student from Ammanford, sought medical advice when she felt a headache coming one day in autumn 2019. Wales thought she was told the pain was probably the result of a hangover, but doctors determined days later that she actually suffered. I felt like I had a headache on the Friday, but it wasn't that. Then I woke up on the Saturday and it was definitely a migraine, Phillips told the news outlet. I was vomiting, I had blurred vision, I was seriously light sensitive to the point where I had to have closed curtains and an eye mask on, she added. The then 20-year-old had planned on going to a ball at Royal Holloway University in Surrey but could barely lift her head from the migraine persisted into the Sunday, and then on the Sunday evening I thought enough is enough and rang the out-of-hours GP, general prac. They told me it's probably a hangover and that I should just keep an eye on my symptoms, Phillips said. They prescribed me with co-codamol, a mixture of painkillers, paracetamol and codeine, to ease the pain. Phillips took the doctor's advice and rested for the next couple of days, but the pain persisted, so her mother came to help her go back to her home in Carmarthenshire. According to the report, we'd gone back on the train and I was so light sensitive that I had to walk through reading station with a sleep mask on and my hood up. When we got home, I saw a nurse who thought it was an ear infection as she could see swelling behind my ear, but because my eyes were still so painful my mother suggested we saw an optician. The optician was a family friend and we were so lucky that she could fit us in last minute, Phillips. The optician noticed swelling in Phillips' brain, and immediately sent her to the. I will always be so thankful to her because if it wasn't pointed out then who knows what would have happened. At the hospital I saw a consultant ophthalmologist. He thought it might have been idiopathic intracranial hypertension, initially, which is pressure on the brain that isn't massively uncommon in my age group, so I was then sent for scans. The student. That night, Phillips was admitted to the hospital, where she underwent an MRI scan and ultrasound of her eyeball. They came back and said, after seeing your MRI scan we can see a blood clot. They instantly injected me with heparin to thin my blood as soon as possible. I was just completely numb and it felt a bit like an out-of-body experience, added Phillips, who remained at Glangwheely Hospital for 2. After she was discharged, tests were run to try and determine the cause of her blood clot. They told me that according to the tests I didn't have a genetic predisposition to blood. There was also no known family history of it and I was a healthy 20-year-old, she told Wales Online. I was told that doctors would never be able to explain 100% for certain why I had the blood clot, but the most likely cause was my contraceptive pill. I went on the combined pill Rigividin in 2017 at the age of 18 and I never had any previous issues with it. I didn't suffer from migraines or bad headaches, she added. Phillips said she didn't realize the pill came with small risks and wishes all teens and young women could be fully informed before choosing their contraception. Rigividin, one of the more popular types of contraceptive, is safe for most women, according to the NHS website, which says there is a very low risk of serious side effects such as blood. It says women should be fine to take it unless they are suffering with or have a close family history of certain medical. Because of the amount of time she spent out of school, Phillips deferred her degree for a year and re-enrolled for her third year at Cardiff University to be closer to home. I'm really lucky to have really supportive friends who I can relax when I see and really enjoy, but when I come home after socializing I can feel that it's really taken it out of me, whereas I never had. I'm really sociable.